Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Dave from StructuredStrength.com, and we're going to be talking about how to do rope climbs today. Now, rope climbs are kind of interesting because a lot of people see them as being pointless when it comes to working out. I personally love them, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's a different style skill. It's not just upper body pull width, these are whole body, so there's a lot of skill acquisition and learning going on. But I like it mostly because it's a big fear for people, right? People have get scared with heights, the fact that they're hanging underneath their own body weights in their own hands. And I really love seeing people get their first rope climb, start doing them workouts because it's an overcoming moment for them. So it's a big confidence builder and booster. And here at the gym we're at right now, CrossFit Store, we've had so many people get it for the first time. It's something they share on social media. They're super excited about it. It gives them something to be proud of. Okay, so whether you do CrossFit, if you're in law enforcement armed forces, you do obstacle course racing, if you're just a general fitness athlete, you want to learn how to do as many things as possible, have fun, rope climbs you should definitely add to what you're doing right now. And this video right now, we're going to go through step by step how to do it from the very beginning to climbing the rope, how to come down, starting from the most basic level. So a lot of times we see people with rope climbs, if their upper body's really strong, they kind of rush it, they get right through it, or they never really learn how to use their feet well, which we want to really learn that. Slow it down, learn that part. Imagine those of you that do like deadlifts. Imagine if you never got your setup position right, but you're just showing off the muscle through and you keep doing that, right? You can't build on a weak foundation. So first thing first, you have to be able to hang from the rope, right? You have to trust your hands. So the grip on a rope is a little bit different than a pull-up bar. Just because of the position we're in, that rotation of the arm, we end up using a lot more bicep, which is also why legless rope climbs, not learning how to use our feet, people run into a wall generally fast. So all we're gonna do to start is we're gonna get our hands as high as we can. I'm on my tippy toes, and I'm gonna hang with my elbows straight. And we're still gonna hang here. Make sure that we're able to do that. Now, what I don't wanna see is elbows bent, pulling really hard, okay? I want you to hang with that straight arm. Practice it, spend some time, because as you do rope climbs in a workout, whether you're doing it for fun, for play, or if you're doing a conditioning workout, maybe in CrossFit or you do obstacle course racing, we wanna build up that grip stamina underneath a controlled setting before we start getting some rope climbs, and then all of a sudden you're halfway up and you can't move your arms anymore. All right, so take your time making sure that grip's right. You can try some pull-ups from the rope if you can do that. You can do some negatives. We want to learn what that feels like. It's definitely different than a pull-up or chin-up. I personally also like doing parallel grip pull-ups to kind of help with rope climbs as well. Because again, that rotation really changes things. Even just doing that a little bit, you'll feel your muscles so much more than if you change your grip this way. Okay, just like a pull-up. Next, we're going to use a box to get your feet set. So we see so many people who have the ability to kind of go up the rope fast, but they never fully learn how to get their feet set so their whole body weight can sit in their feet. Because if you're doing this and you're doing a bunch of rope climbs, you want to learn how to spread out that strength and endurance through as much muscle as possible. So I personally like to teach the X up. There is a Spanish wrap. I find that to be a little bit slower and a little time consuming to get the feet all set. So we're going to start with the X up. So the first way we're doing is we're going to look straight down at that rope, okay? We're going to go dominant leg touches the rope right at my ankle. Excuse me, non-dominant side will come under and we just scissor that rope, all right? And now it should be in the arches of your feet. That's where it should be pressing in. If you want it to be a little bit more secure, you can always step, whoops, as I slip off of it, you could always step on top of it if you want to, but it should at least be in the arches of your feet. Now, when it comes to shoes, I'm wearing Metcons right now. You'll see it has this bumpy rib to kind of secure your foot. If you have running sneakers or something on, be very careful. It'll probably rip the rubber right off your shoe. All right, so spend some time kind of just playing with your feet. Look down when you do it, press on it, see if it's secure, and then we're gonna test it, okay? Now this is the part that most people skip. They're like, oh, I got my feet set, I can go. And then you go up the rope and your feet are constantly sliding. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna swing on the rope and hopefully I don't slam into the box. All right, so I'm gonna get my hands a little higher. I'm gonna look at my feet again. I'm gonna press, and then I'm gonna swing with my legs and arms fully extended. And I'm back in the box. Now, what people mess up with this little test is, if you don't let your arms extend and extend your legs, you never know whether or not your feet are secure. We see a lot of people do it with bent arms and they're really tight and they look like this. They're like, yeah, my feet are good. But most of my weight is up in my arms now. I want to really drive those legs straight, make sure they're secure. All right, take your time with this step, don't rush it. Because the last thing you need to do is figure out how to get your feet secure halfway up a rope. All right? Next, we're going to go from looking at the rope to not looking. Because when you do a rope climb, you're not going to be looking down the whole time. All right? So my hands are up. I'm looking up. I'm going to try that X up pattern, right? My dominant leg comes up, the rope is right by my ankle, my non-dominant side comes under, and I catch that rope in the arch of my feet, I pin it hard. Try that a few times, looking up, and then we get back into that swing again, not looking at your feet, okay? And this is another part that people skip. They think that because they're looking at their feet, they'll be fine. It changes as soon as you look up, because now you need to have some awareness with the rope. And that's where this whole dominant leg sliding up and down really helps, and that will come later too as well. So we can test it again. So my eyes are up, foot up, come underneath, swing, arms and legs straight. Make sure I don't fall off the box when I come back. Do that a few times, make sure you're good, right? Again, arms straight, don't have bent arms. Next, we're gonna take this box away. Again, don't rush this stage. We see some people skip it. They kind of sort of do it right, but not really, and then they never develop that skill. This is like using a PVC pipe to learn movements. So next, we're gonna start from the ground. So I'm gonna go hands high, and it's okay if you look for a second, and we're gonna kind of break down how to get it set up. So we're not gonna jump, because jumping up just adds another element of complexity to it. I'm gonna go hands up, I'm gonna look down, right foot, right, I find that rope. I'm gonna lift, come under. Now you notice my elbows didn't really bend, all right? My elbows didn't really bend. I'm gonna pin together, I'm gonna stand up, try and get my arms high. I'm even bouncing around, making sure my feet are secure. You can go one arm if you're daring, because we wanna make sure our feet are good, okay? So starting from the ground, actually look at your feet, use that dominant leg to find that rope. Make sure you got high socks on. I already got a little red mark. We can stand tall, get those arms straight, and make sure we're really secure. Play with that. Start trying to go up a couple times. Just a couple steps up. 1 step up, 2 steps up. Don't try and go too high, all right? Next, we're going to talk about the jump. Now, you want to jump as high as you can. Now, the biggest mistake we see with this is people start back here, they come forward, they're like, okay, and they run and they jump into the rope instead of vertical. And they start swinging like crazy, their legs don't catch. We're gonna start really, really small. We're gonna start right in front of the rope. I'm here, make sure I'm good, make sure I know where the rope is. I'm gonna jump, find the rope, and just hang. And you can see I'm almost in like a knee up position. We wanna try and get those feet as high as we can, so we're taking less pulls and less pulls and less pulls. And I've seen 2 different schools of thought on this. I've seen, hey, let's get your feet all the way to your hands, leaned way back, almost like a toes to bar, and then you can get your hips close and stand. I've also seen some people just say go knees high, so you're in line, shoulder, hip, ankle a little bit more. Play around with it, see what works best for you, all right? So I'm gonna try the jump again, but this time I'm just gonna take a step back a little bit. So here I am. I feel comfortable jumping from here. I'm gonna start adding more pop to it. You don't need to get a big running start, right? We just wanna step, use the arms to jump into it. Hopefully I don't mess this up. I haven't practiced rope climbs, just in the video, and that's it. So here I am. Jump, get those feet high, and now I can stand on the rope. And don't worry about going all the way up yet. You wanna learn how to walk yourself down. So when it comes to coming down, at first, you're gonna be walking hand over hand, and just separate your feet a little bit so you can slide down. Now, if you look at my shin, see that big red line? Wear long socks, put knee sleeves around your shins, whatever you need. The last thing you wanna do is just slide through your hands, all right? Don't slide through your hands. So again, I'm jumping from a little bit further back, get a little more height, trying to get higher up that rope so I can learn that knee high. Now, if that knee high is an issue for you, you can slow everything down, just hang from the rope, and all I want you to do is do a knee up. Oh, soreness from yesterday, we did a lot of pull-ups. Get the knees as high as you can when you do that rope climb, all right? So you can practice it literally by doing knee up, or just practicing that initial pull over and over and over again so it doesn't fail you as you get tired, okay? And then you're pretty much ready to start climbing up that rope. If all those points, you're secure. So hanging, use the box to get your feet set. Make sure your actual feet are set by doing that swing test. Do that without looking at your feet. Start standing, make sure your feet are set, right? Don't have your arms so close and tight. Learn how to get tall. Lengthen that by as much as possible so your weight's in your feet. And then start with bigger and bigger jumps. But go slow, right? Don't skip the box phase just because you're strong in your upper body. Learn how to get your feet really set. It pays off long term. All right, so hope that helped. If you have any friends that need to learn how to climb ropes or struggle, please share them with them. If you have any comments, let us know. Like and subscribe. Talk to you guys soon.